Hi everybody, happy Thanksgiving week. I'm here at the church sort of chaotically setting some Christmas decorations out in my little studio area here. And I wanted to take a break to talk to you about Advent and the Advent Wreath, something that I hope you will think about doing at home this year as a way of participating in worship. Okay, first real quick, a little bit about Advent. Advent is the Christian season that has 4 weeks, 4 Sundays leading up to Christmas Day, and for us often Christmas Eve. And those 4 Sundays, there's special lectionary readings that go along with them. There's also some various traditions that go along with that, including the lighting of the Advent wreath. This has been around for a few hundred years. We stole it from our Lutheran brothers and sisters. Great idea. And some of the traditions with the Advent wreath involve lighting a candle every Sunday leading up to Christmas, and then on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day lighting the Christ candle. So I'm hoping you might think about doing this at home. This year for Advent, I'm going to be doing a sermon series on one of the traditional themes of the candles, which is hope, peace, joy, love, and Christ. So those would each represent one of the weeks, one of the candles: hope, peace, joy, love, and Christ. So as we go through that, I'm going to be sending all of you some of the readings that we'll be doing to go along with that. We are still looking for some folks who would like to do it on camera for the Sunday worship, because we're not going to be able to have people coming forward like we normally do here in the service. So let's talk about the Advent wreath. If you want to do one at home, I'm just going to give you an introduction to it, and then you can knock yourself out if you're really creative, get on Pinterest or something and come up with some things. Okay, so traditionally it is a wreath, a circle, and the evergreens, of course, have some of the meanings of life and everlasting life that go along with Christmas. The traditional colors of the candles are a purple or lavender color. I have some red and white ones here. That has to do with the liturgical meaning of the season, which has to do with anticipation. Advent means coming. So we're anticipating the coming of Christ as a baby. So we remember that again on Christmas Day. But of course, we know that happened a long time ago, the incarnation. We are anticipating that Christ is coming into our lives now in a unique and special way, and also the future return and coming of Christ. So that purple color connects into that in a traditional liturgy of the church. And then one of the candles is often a different color, usually a rose or a pink, because it's the Sunday of joy. So that is, again, some of the traditional ways to do it, but there's really no rules. A lot of people like to use red. Blue is another common color that actually connects with some of the liturgical colors of the vestments that are sometimes worn by the ministers during that season. So you can do with what you'd like. The Christ candle often is white because it represents purity, but you can be creative on that. If you don't want to do a wreath, if you don't want to do a circle, you could do something a little bit more modern that would take up less space. You can do small candles too. These are big ones, obviously, but you could create something in a line and just have 4 to light and then a 5th for the Christ candle. And of course, you can add any kind of decorations you'd like. I have a pine cone here. I have a Christmas ball. So you could get really creative with this. The good thing is you can involve kids in this, and I think that would be really fun to involve them in some of the creativity that goes into how you might like to create something for your home and your space. And then again, my hope is that you would then light those as a way of sort of all of us moving together through it on Sunday mornings. So there you go. That's just a brief intro into Advent and the Advent wreath and the Advent candles, and something to think about doing with us as we move towards Christmas this year. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.